Burger Boys worldwide.
He's standing in front of the net with about 8 inches of his shaft in his hand.
And burgers is all about them rules. Burgers were good to me and they're good to you.
And Crosby just whacked it off with his left hand.
Burger Boys worldwide.
You're an announcer with a long stick from time to time.
And for me, the secret of burger is in the blends.
Come on, son, let's hear a band.
Not doing it, Dad.
I got my boys, I got my burgers, that's all I got. I need to hear a band.
Bam! Bam! Welcome back to another episode of the Burger Boys Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Listening, watching, thank you for coming down. This is your host, Braydon, with co-host, Yags. Yags, how's it going, buddy?
Getting through her day by day.
Yeah. Right on, buddy. Brighter things this week for you, that's for sure, in the fantasy world. We'll get into that. I feel great. I I did a cold plunge for the first time in my life on Friday there at our buddy Brandon's tree fort orgy thing. It's kind of a cool little treehouse thing, Airbnb situation thing he rented, and we all kind of went over there, or four of us went over there, Gator as well, Niles, and then a couple of Brandon's other friends, and it was a good time. Stopped in there, did a cold plunge, and I'm actually starting to get why people do this, because it doesn't feel good when you're in it, but when you're out of it and in the sauna afterwards, it's like, I was a little sore. I wasn't gonna lie, I was a little sore from working that Friday. Poured concrete, and then did the cold plunge after work at the treehouse, and it felt good. It felt good on the bones and everything. So maybe I got to get myself a cold plunge.
I'm totally changed after the cold plunge too. I'm full David Goggins at this point. I'm up at 4 a.m. every day now, cold plunging.
Yeah.
I've cold showered before. I haven't cold plunged before, so that was good to do.
Yeah.
It does kind of wake you up a bit. It sucks when you're in there.
No, yeah. I think
you're supposed to stay in there longer than we stayed in there.
The first time we did it, I think you did it quickly, and then I did it quickly. Second time, we were working up. If we were there longer, if the sauna wasn't about to burn down, we probably would have done it a couple more times. But
yeah, almost burn the place down.
Yeah, I guess
you gotta do that though.
But you got to do that. Yeah, I guess we were in the sauna, and then there's a wood stove sauna, and then it's like an Airbnb, right? So you just kind of walk in there, you just light up the stove and have at her, and then one thing happened later, and I guess the stovepipe wasn't fully in its socket, and it just started, the flames started poking out, and this is like a whole cedar little sauna here, and it starts to catch on fire, and then I'm like, oh shit, let's grab the bucket. So Jaeger grabbed a bucket and threw some water. I got her out. Pretty much, that's what Jaeger pretty much does for a living, right? It's put out fires.
Pretty much professional firefighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that did happen. Zip line too, that was pretty good.
The zip line was good, yeah. No, it's really the zip line and the sauna were pretty much the best things about that treehouse. It was a nifty little treehouse. Go check it out. I guess we'll give a free plug. I don't know what it's called, Okanagan Adventures or whatever. Go check it out. It was a little chilly, but
it's October.
Yeah. We didn't stay the night, but I don't know how it was all night there, but yeah.
That's why you go in the sauna, because it's a little chilly, and then you warm up.
Could have probably just slept in the sauna, except for the whole thing, the fact of it that it might burn down. But you always got the cold plunge right now outside of it. No, but that was good. It was good to see you again, Yags. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen any of the boys really in a while, so it's good to catch up with you guys and see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to talk about working up north and stuff like that.
yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, boys. What are we? 3 weeks into hockey now?
Just finished week 3.
Yeah, so things are in full force. Things are happening in hockey, man. It's just like hockey's totally back, and it feels like it never left. And aside from, I don't think was there any big news or anything this week. There really doesn't seem like there was much going on in contract. We did miss one thing on the last podcast, Yags, and I feel really bad, and it's with a heavy heart that I have to announce that we forgot to congratulate a friend of the show, Luke Shen, on 1,000 games played last week. That was a tough break for us. We got called out on it by Gator of all people. By the guy that doesn't even start his lineup half the time. We got called out about not congratulating Luke Shen on 1,000 games.
It was a big oversight by us, but we're going to work hard to make sure we don't miss any big news like that again. Well, obviously, congratulations to Luke Shen there on 1,000 games, and we're gonna work hard to make sure we don't miss nothing like that ever again.
Yeah, and on that, congratulations to Tyler Myers, 1,000 games. 2 Kelowna teammates, Luke Shen and Tyler Myers. It's kind of cool. I think they're drafted a year apart from each other, both high-end picks out of the Kelowna Rockets, and they both kind of hit 1,000 games within a week of each other. So, big congratulations to Tyler Myers, 1,000 games. I don't know if there was anyone else really other than that. As for milestones, but definitely, the Luke Shen one was a big miss, though. I mean, that's friend of the pod. Is he on anyone's team right now?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's a free agent. I mean, Nashville wasn't very good, right? So
I'm actually double checking because I know I drafted him, but I didn't keep him around. I should have.
Should have, yeah.
Most definitely should have kept him around.
Alexis Lafreniere is, I think, did he get signed that 7 years? Or is it reported?
I think they finalized 8 years at like 7.5.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was 7-year contract.
Might have been 7. I remember the 7.5 number.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that's said. I mean, this is a guy that I think it's just he's a power forward, sort of coming into his own. We kind of saw it in the playoffs last season, and then I think to start this season, he's been playing really good. So he's finally gelled into his own, and I think with his style of play, with his type, like just playing style, he's just going to elevate his game from here on and get better at. He's going to age like a fine wine, I think. And yeah, so congratulations to Alexis Lafreniere, dirty old Frenchman. Luke Shen did score a goal. Yeah, he scored a goal in his 1,000th game too. Like that, how clutch is that for a guy who doesn't score goals?
That's pretty clutch. You can't even search players on the Yahoo website. That's junk.
It's brutal. I think there's a way to do it, but it's tough. What was I gonna say? I was just reading something here.
Luke Shen is currently on the free agent market. Go pick him up.
Yeah, go pick him up. You heard it here first.
Got to do it.
Oh, that Frozen Frenzy thing. I did not like it this year. Just didn't. Did you watch any of it, Yags? Were you able to catch any of it?
I didn't really keep up.
Yeah, it's, you know what? I was watching it, and the idea of it is cool. It's just you got the wrong people doing it. You got ESPN doing it. Like, the thing that sells Red Zone is it's 7 hours of commercial-free football, right? I'm not gonna turn on Frozen Frenzy and have. Man, there was like commercials on. Like, I only watched it for probably 20 to 30 minutes because there was a Canucks game on, so I just flicked the Canucks game. And man, I was watching what it felt like more commercials than actual hockey. So definitely was. It needs to get worked on. The flow of it wasn't very good. You got PK Subban doing it, you know. PK Subban, I don't know about what you think about PK Subban as analysis. I just don't dig it because he's just always trying too much. He was like that as a player too. I just find him corny. But I think it's just I don't know. It's just they just didn't do a good job. And also I don't like how you got only one game on each of those days. Like, so it's like a Monday night and a Wednesday night, just one game. They should have a couple more back-to-backs. Like, I don't care. Like, play everyone, but play more games on the Mondays and Wednesdays. You know? Or don't do it on a fucking Tuesday. How about that? Let's do it on a Saturday.
Random ass Tuesday.
Random ass Tuesday in October.
Do it like season opening or like Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Not
just random ass Tuesday.
Like, okay, I understand you're fighting college football, your ESPN, you're fighting college football on Saturday nights. And then Sunday you can't obviously do because of football. But how about do it in February or like when college football's not going, not on a random ass Tuesday at the start of the year. Only one time a year too, or random ass Tuesday. I don't know. I think they missed their mark. I thought they did it. They did it good last year, and I think it just kind of the novelty of a war out this year, and they got to do it better. They can definitely market it a lot better. And then the commercials, man. Get rid of the commercial. I'm not gonna watch hockey like that with commercials. Like I just want to see bang 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 play. I want to see every power play. Give me that, and don't mix the commercials in. Anyways, anything more on that?
Not that I can think of.
Teams doing goods. Buffalo Sabres, they're on a three win streak now. Seems like they've kind of coming out of that hole that they dug themselves in. It's basically since Prague when they lost their first two games there. But they're coming out of that hole and they won 3 in a row. Carolina Hurricanes did a Western swing. They finish up in Vancouver tomorrow, but they've been on a bit of a three win streak in Western Canada and Seattle. And then there's like Pittsburgh Penguins. They went on the Western spree too, and they've like lost every game.
They're not looking good right now,
dude. They look brutal. Like,
not looking good over there.
Kyle Dubas is not masterclass.
Oh, he's gonna have the team turned around. Trust in Dubas.
Winnipeg Jets haven't lost a game. They're 8-0. And their last like 3 or 4 games, they've come from behind. They've had to come from behind and win it too. They got resilience. You had a good old boy like Adam Lowry captaining that team, the driving force. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
See Cole Perfetti, he's starting to kind of come into his own in there too. Colorado Avalanche, after losing their first 4 games, they're now up to a 5-game win streak. All thanks to Justus Annunen, number 1 goaltender in Colorado now.
Yeah, he seems to be the guy there now.
Yeah. Same with Nashville Predators. They've actually they lost their first 5. Now they've won their last 3. So they're coming back out of the hole. Vegas Golden Knights 3-win streak. Vancouver Canucks after losing their first 3 games. Well, 2 of them were overtime losses, but anyways, who's counting that? They've won 4 in a row now. So Canucks are back, baby. Plan the parade. if the Leafs don't win it.
Well, Leafs are going to.
And the old San Jose Sharks, the longest losing streak in the league right now with 6 in a row.
I think they did this last year too. They're just
Yeah.
they don't look as bad, but they're not winning any games still.
Yeah, like last year they were losing like back-to-back games like by like 10 goals.
Yeah, they lose like 10-2, back-to-back games.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not looking too good for San Jose. And we all knew that was, speaking of San Jose Sharks.
Over there.
Speaking of San Jose Sharks, you want to win tickets to a Canucks game? Keep your best foot forward in this league. Get more names in get more of your name into the draw at the end of the season to win tickets to the Vancouver Canucks San Jose Sharks. Sponsored by A&W. Head on down to your local A&W and keep on going in the fantasy hockey, boys, because those tickets are going. They're getting drawed. Everyone's got a chance for it, but the better you perform, the better chance of winning those tickets. And you can go see the Vancouver Canucks beat on the San Jose Sharks in the springtime. Anyways, boys, should we get into the matchups?
We might as well. That's what we're here for.
Take her away, man. This was your matchup.
So I played Andre this week, hipsters and hoes. And one word, or I guess 2 words to describe my team right now is we're back. Nice big win for me, 449.5 to Andre's 345. Team kind of finally started to play well. You'll love to see it. We're back.
Yeah.
But the team's looking good right now. We're fully back in now. We were out last week, but we're back in now.
I will say, Iggs, last podcast, I don't know if you remember this, but I was the only one to predict that you were going to win this week.
Yeah, but last week it was all over, so I thought my team was going to lose.
Yeah.
Now that I've won, we're back in.
Yeah.
And nothing can stop me now.
So for this matchup,
two different worlds we were talking about.
Yeah. For this matchup, I'm pretty sure it was pretty close up until about Friday-ish.
Friday, Saturday, somewhere in there. I was leading the whole way through, but
but he was
my lead grew in the weekend.
He was he was within reach for most of it, and then Saturday, I think Andre texted me. He was like, "Oh shit! I just had a piss poor Saturday, and you had a monster Saturday." Just dummied him. But you know what?
Yeah. Well.
You're improving to a 1-2 record. Hipsters and Hoes has got the same record as you now with a 1-2 record. Can you guess what your record all time versus Hipsters and Hoes, formerly known as Bows and Hoes, is?
I don't know how many games exactly, but I gotta
8 games.
I gotta be winning
8 games.
that. I'm gonna go 6-2 for me.
Yep, you nailed it, buddy. 6-2.
That was a random guess. I was either that or 5-3. I knew I won more games.
Yeah,
but
6-2 all-time record against Bows and Hoes. Right on. You're handedly winning your guys' all-time record, and then obviously start the season off with a big win versus him. Not sure if it's not like years past where you're going to play him again. You'd have to look ahead because the rivalry week we kind of shook the whole schedule around. So you might play him again, you might not. So it'd be interesting if you guys play him again later on, see how you guys' teams stack up to each other then. But this week you handed it to him. Took him down.
big win.
Yeah. Right on. Next matchup. Anil Regretskis versus Dirty Dancers. I won 441.5 to Dirty Dancers 362. This one was actually a funny matchup, man, because Dirty Dancers, I was talking about how it's bro, the week was weird, how you had Leafs and Tampa Bay playing on Monday. So Roto, Dirty Dancers, he doesn't set his lineup, but he had Leafs and Tampa Bay Lightning in his lineup, and it was a big game. And like Willie Nylander got a bunch of points. Braden Point got a bunch. Like I was down like 80 points to my 0 on day 1. Day 2, obviously Frozen Frenzy, and things are starting to look better. Day 3, he's got like every single Philadelphia Flyer and Washington Capital player you could think of, like, and they just go hard. And so then I'm down by a bunch of points. I'm starting to stress out here. Like I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm actually gonna lose to Dirty Dancers here. I'm able to claw back, and then finally Saturday, he didn't set his lineups. His goalie tender wasn't starting, and I just took over. But I feel like if Dirty Dancers started his lineup, he could have put up 500 points because, or if he was making moves, he was able to do. Like his guys were going. He just didn't have the movement in his roster, and I feel like if he can get things situated, he's got a good team and to watch out for him. But yeah, there was some.
Yeah, I mean he's got to get her figured out here and start showing up, ready to play, stick on the ice.
Yeah,
because I mean he has the ponies to do it. He just hasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with GT, but he's got to get her figured.
It's almost like he won that championship and he's just mailed it in for, like, you win the championship, you got your buy-in for like 10 years. So like maybe that's what he's just done. I already won. Yeah. I mean, if I had the caliber team he has right now, I would definitely be like, he's got a couple suspectable guys on there that aren't even in the league right now. Askarov, Jesper Wallstedt. I mean, prospects that are going to be good eventually, but I mean it's a long road to wait for that. It's not like we're in a big dynasty league. Like you can't just keep all those like guys.
I mean you can, and you're just probably not going to win as many games.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, all-time record against Dirty Dancers for me. I'm 7-2, but he's 0-1 in playoffs. He's beaten me one time in the playoffs, unfortunately. But that's 7-2 all time against him. Big stats on him. I mean, like with Jaeger and my team, like we were good in the first like 5-6 years of this league. So you'll see that Jaeger and I's stats against some of the bottom feeders are very similar.
A little bit one-sided.
But yeah, moving along. This one's a big matchup here. Dash 1, the Golden Child. This is the next big thing since the Aho entered this, or since Keeper Hardly Nowhere entered this league. Everyone's talking. All I'm hearing is just chatter over here, chatter over there. Dash 1. He's just gonna run through this league. Well, 2 podcasts in a row I've said, hey, he's gonna take a loss, and I was finally right on this our last podcast. He took a loss to the old bull, Roto Tiller. Took him down in just a jarring matchup. 321.5 to 309.25. Two of the lowest scoring matchups of the week. Just throttling each other back and forth. Just an insanely close matchup. Rototiller takes him out. Dash 1. I think all I'm hearing is fraud chance now.
I mean, you might have to start dialing those up. I mean, I, of course, would never do such a thing, but some people might start doing that.
Well, that's just...
Let's see where he goes. I mean, it's a learning lesson. This is his 3rd game in the league. You know, you're not going to win them all. See where he goes from there.
Yeah. The one thing I'd be concerned about with Dash 1 is he put up very good numbers his first 2 weeks. I think he was 2nd in points for. And then he puts up this kind of dud here in week 3. Just as you kind of are hoping your guys are getting going, like guys are rounding out and gelling with the teams, you know, like slumps are starting to break and stuff. Rust is starting to wear off, and your team puts up what is that? The second lowest score of the week amongst all teams.
Would be the second lowest. Yep.
Yeah. So you kind of that would kind of jar me a bit, but you're still 2-1. You've put a nice foundation in place to start the year. You do have a good enough team. It's just things just didn't click, and really you should have beat Rototiller at this number, but I mean you just got to brush past and look behind you on this one and put your best foot forward going forward, right? Because I mean, I got to give credit to where credit's due, man. Rototiller, he knows how to play fantasy hockey, buddy. He's 3-0 for a reason. Yeah, they're not pretty, but he's playing to the matchup. He's playing down to his opponents. He's playing up to his opponents. He's able to play chess when everyone's playing checkers. Rototiller didn't look great, but he secured a win, and he's a 3-0 team, Yags.
He hasn't looked great in a single win, but he's 3-0 somehow.
He
can't really do the chance for a 3-0 team, but the second he loses, I think those things are going to start dialing up.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you be able to hear a little bit of fraud chance? Because we still don't think his team's good.
I mean, we don't, but he's 3-0.
That's true. He's talking like he's 7-0.
He's talking like he's already won it.
He's talking like he's Aho level.
No, he's talking like he just won it last year, and then he already won it this year.
But
so somebody's got to put him down, because this team should not be 3-0, and he is somehow.
Gotta love to see it, though. I mean, this is.
Don't love to see it.
He keeps the league interesting, and I'm starting to love to see Darce, just doing this and defying odds. His best player is Vincent Trocheck, and he's just running. He's 3-0.
Trocheck's actually unreal for fantasy.
That's what I mean. That's his best player. I'm not saying that anything bad. That's his one player. That's the only player that he had where it was oh wow, okay, that was a good keeper pick compared to the rest of his team. This is his only keeper pick, but that's his best player. That's his team, is Trocheck, and he's built somehow around it enough to win three games. I mean, it's still early in the season, but to start off 3-0, I bet you there's you could draw up some stats on if a team starts 3-0. I bet you make the playoffs 80% of the time or something. I would have, just shooting off a random thought, but I bet you if there's a stat out there that if you start 3-0, you got a really good chance of making the playoffs.
Probably a better chance than if you're 0-3.
Exactly. So, good on Rototiller. Just keep on going, old man. I guess it's you're doing good. You're really sticking in there. Anything more on this matchup?
I think on to the next one.
Yeah. Mitchell Marner's Millions versus the Dash Show, and this one was a very close matchup all the way through. I was checking the scores periodically through the week. I noticed these guys were neck and neck all the time. We were kind of dogging Mitchell Marner's Millions a little bit on the podcast this year, but I think he took care of business. He took down the Dutch Show. Dutch Show by all means is not that great of a team, but still 1-1. He still took care of business. Puts up 338 to the Dutch Show's 324.5. I mean, within 13 points or whatever there. You took care of business. Dutch Show falls to 1-2, and Mitchell Marner's is 2-1. That's exactly where I think Mitchell Marner's Millions is happy where he's at right now, at a 2-1.
Yeah, I think he's got to be happy where he's at. Not big numbers. We haven't really seen big numbers yet, but they come soon. He's winning record right now. Can't really complain, I guess. winning the games.
Yeah. Next matchup, we got another one that was fairly close, but I'm pretty sure Sedin Limbo kind of maintained a nice 20 to 30 point lead every day. But Sedin Limbo takes the win versus Mac Lantern, 388.5 to 332.25. Not bad. Sedin Limbo improves to 2-1. Mac Lantern 1-2. Following his big championship season, starting off 1-2. Sedin Limbo looking good. He was down in Vancouver for the Pittsburgh game. Seen that. The guy's just a high roller, eh? Just going to Vancouver every other weekend. He's giving away free Canucks tickets now. Like this, he's in it. He's in it this year, and his team might not be that great this year, but I think he's actually going to be better than what we originally thought for Sedin Limbo. You put up 388.5. When you say that, usually kind of 400, 420 is really it's a good week, usually. But this week was kind of lower scoring, so 388.5 was actually in the upper half of the point totals this week for Sedin Limbo. So
yeah, I mean he's doing well. I mean he's goes to 2-1. I haven't seen any banger weeks, but I haven't really seen any duds out of him. He's just, he's playing well.
Yeah.
Mac, a bit of a slow start here, I think. See if you can pull it out. I mean, obviously, he pushed his chips to the middle of the table last year, and it worked out for him. This is kind of what happens sometimes when you do that. You look a little sluggish out of the gate. See if he can make some tweaks and get himself back into the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, really from his standpoint, and I will probably mention this 100 times on the podcast going forward, is how he's in a bit of a rebuild year because he pushed all of his chips in for last year, and he won it. So, I mean, if he can make the playoffs this year, honestly, that's a bonus for him. To be honest, with what he had to draft. I mean, yeah, he had Nathan McKinnon to keep, but that was about it. He had to give away Brady Tkachuk, his heart and soul of his team for years. Essentially, just that was poor management mistakes. But if he can make the playoffs, I mean that's a win in his book. I know it's kind of weird talking the past championship team to make the playoffs. But I mean in fantasy it's a whole different ballgame, especially when you make all those trades at the trade deadline and not set yourself up for the future. Be interesting to see if, like you said, can turn it around and potentially make the playoffs. But he starts 1-2.
Yeah, and next one up, we got a really high-scoring matchup between 0-2 teams, West Coast Express and Keeper Hardly Know Her. Keeper takes it away 461.75 to West Coast Express 431.75. Two of the top scorers of the week, only one of them wins. Keeper, highest scorer on the week, comes away with the win, gets his first win of the season, and Gator down to 0-3. I mean, if he can have more weeks like he just had, he should get some W's, but it doesn't work this week for him. Finally showed some life. He looked dead the first 2 weeks. And he finally, it looks like his team's alive, even if he didn't get the win this time.
There's positives for sure. If only he could put the effort that he put in this week in his past weeks, because there was a couple matchups there. I think he played Rototiller, I believe, one of the weeks or last week, and he did not put an effort forward, and he could have easily put in he could have easily beat Rototiller is what I'm trying to say, and he didn't. But I mean, this week it's so tough because you look at half the league, you could have beat half the league. I mean, you could have beat Aho. But it's just that's the name of the game of fantasy hockey, fantasy sports, and it's again about who you're facing. It's not who you're. Yeah. one positive thing I could say about this is you put up nice points in a loss. It's kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? The silver lining in it is you get more points to add to your points for, which gives you more entries potentially to the draw at the end of the year for those Canucks tickets. So this is kind of an example of that. At least there's a silver lining in losing when you're scoring much, but you're also starting 0-3, and that's tough. Keeper hardly knower needed this just as much as West Coast Express needed it. I mean, these two teams are going to be like these two teams. Obviously, they're 0-2. They're on the verge of going 0-3. In Keeper hardly knower, kind of a rebuild year. He should be better than an 0-2 record before this matchup, but secured a nice. He turned it around big this week, and he put up a big number there. Shout out to the highest scorer of the week as well, Keeper hardly knower.
I think that's all on that one.
Larry Love versus Aho. Let's go. We kind of knew this was going to happen. Aho takes it forward, 26.25. Larry Love 304.5. It's not for a lack of trying. I've seen Larry Love making moves, trying to actually come back in this one, even though he was dead in the water. He was down by so many points, and he was still trying to come back. But things just aren't going for Larry Love as you would hope. He starts the season off 0-3, similar to West Coast Express, and it's a tough look for that. But I mean, I don't think you're ever really gonna beat Aho, so Aho keeps chugging along. Puts up a lesser point total than you would think he would, but you never know with Aho. Sometimes he's in these matchups where it's just like the other team's just not good at all, so then he can probably have a little bit of a rest week. But I bet you if he was facing someone else who put up more numbers, he'd have a way higher point total because he would have made ads and got things figured out.
Yeah, not too much on this one, really. Larry doesn't have a great team as it looks right now, and Aho just keeps on trucking.
Next matchup. This one's a bit of a shocker. Flyhammer, he put up a massive dud last week, and I think it kind of he obviously won week 1. So we're like, okay, cool. 2 expansion teams win week 1. Awesome. Then Flyhammer goes and puts up a dud against Dash 1 last week in rivalry week. And I was like, a really dud. Like, it was like the lowest scoring point total like last week. So you're like, is he good? Or like, is he like, yeah, you just didn't know. But you know what? He comes out with a big win against Pickle Peppers, the resilient Pickle Peppers, who is 2-0. He beats, Flyhammer beats him 350.75 to Pickle Peppers 324.25. It's a good clean win for Flyhammer within 25 points, but 26 points. But it was a close matchup when I was looking at it throughout the week, and Flyhammer was able to take Pickle Peppers down. Who's often a very resilient team, but I guess he just didn't have the juice this week.
Yeah, definitely. Not you predicted this, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Flyhammer needed to bounce back after losing week 2, and he does. I mean, didn't have like a banger week or anything, but did enough to win. Peppers didn't have a great week by his standards. I think he'll be fine in the long haul. And Flyhammer gets thoroughly in the mix, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of see where he goes from here, but if he's should be in the mix, I think.
Got to be happy with the 2-1
where
record.
The results go from here.
Got to be happy with that 2-1 record.
I mean, you can't complain about it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can complain about your 1 loss, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, buddy, should we decipher the standings a little bit here? figure it out. While you get that up, I will do an ad read here. Hey, Burger Boys, looking to add some flavor to your podcast? How about a sizzling A&W ad read to tantalize your listeners' taste buds? Paint a picture of mouth-watering burgers, crispy fries, and refreshing root beer, all from A&W. Your podcast will be the talk of the town. Delicious ad read. A&W, wherever the bite is, a taste of nostalgia and every sip is pure satisfaction. I asked AI to create an ad read. That's what I got.
Oh, that's lazy, bro. You got to write them yourself, or they should be writing them for us.
I know. That's why it's always tough. Yeah. So we got the standings up here. Let's decipher what we got going on here. Aho, we're giving him. Yeah, he's up number 1, 3-0. Ain't no Gretzky's 3-0 as well. Number 2, Rototiller moves to number 3, 3-0. That's your top 3. Then you're probably looking at, I would say, Dash 1. Probably Sedin and Limbo. That's really hard to decide. We're looking at it before the updated.
I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, it's too hard.
I wouldn't even try. Just do it easily. Dash 1. So we got the 3-3-0 teams. Aho, Ain't No Regrets, Rototiller. 2-1 teams. We got Dash 1, Pickled Peppers, Sedin and Limbo, Marner's Millions, Flyhammer. 1-2 teams. We got Hipsters and Hoes, Mac-a-Lantern, Dust Show, Yarmir Yager, Keeper Hardly Knower,
Flyhammer,
and the 0-3. Yeah, no, he's 2-1. I already got him in there.
Yeah.
And the 0-3 club, Larry Love, West Coast Express, Dirty Dancers.
Yeah, right on.
By the time this is out, the standings will have updated, and you can go look yourself.
Yeah. Rototiller leading the way with 20 ads. Myself, 19 ads. Dash 1, 18 ads. That's your top. Or Yammer Yager, you're at 19, sorry, as well. So that's you, Rototiller, and myself are at the top 3 with. I'll put Dash 1 in there too with 18 ads as well. Definitely the more active on the ads train. I mean, I'm trying to use. I left one ad on the table this week, but I'm definitely trying to max out my ads.
Yeah, I think I've done it the past 2 weeks. I've gone full 6.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, got to get those points for it, right? I also, like, it's funny because last week I dropped Logan Thompson or whatever for Eustace and Noonan. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll use that spot as a free ad on my roster. And then it turns out Eustace and Noonan is like they're the starting goaltender in Colorado now. So I'm like, oh shit, like, right on. Back up goaltender turns or just random backup goaltender I added to. It turns out to be a nice ticket for the time being. You never know. I mean, Gorgiev does look terrible.
He has not looked good at all.
No, not at all. Hey, boys. Previews. Yammer Yager versus West Coast Express. I mean, these two teams, they've been against each other for years. Ever since the inaugural season. As you know, as you can probably tell, I kind of did a background thing. I made a little spreadsheet and I figured out all-time records against everyone to kind of spice up the matchups. So I'll be able to give you real-time all-time records against each other. Yammer Yager has a 6-1 all-time record versus West Coast Express. heading into this matchup. It's not looking great for West Coast Express to take on Yammer Yager. It's actually funny when I was doing my digging and finding the all-time records against each other. You guys really haven't played a whole lot. I mean, 6-1. You guys played 7 times, but you guys haven't. You guys have obviously always been playing at the later half of like the seasons, and I don't think you guys even played that one COVID short season against each other. So like, you guys only had 7 matchups against each other for how many years we've done this now? 7 or 8. So I guess yeah. For the most part, you guys have played each other only once a year. So you guys are playing early this year. Maybe you guys will play again later. Haven't checked the schedule later on, but I mean, how you feeling rolling into this matchup? 6-1 all time against West Coast Express.
Like I said in the review part of this, my team's back. We're back. There's no stopping me now.
Gator might be back though too.
Down.
Gator might be back though too.
Yeah, but my being back overrides his being back.
Gator needs a scat, you punk ass bitch.
Buddy, I'm taking Gator this week.
Well, yeah.
I'm all on the Gator. I'm all on the Gator trade. He's gonna take you down. He's gonna humble you. He's gonna get out of his 0-3 stretch here. He's gonna be 1-3, and he's gonna send you 1-3 as well. Gator's back.
We'll revisit this next week.
No, Gators. I'm full on. I'm gonna coach Gator.
He needs all the help he can get.
That's very, very much true. No, I'm predicting it right now. Austin Matthews has like 12 goals this week. He's just gonna destroy you.
Need a lot more than that.
Yeah, no.
We're back. My team's back, so
that's all you got to say. Your team's back. That's all.
That's all. It's
no analytic standpoints. No, but obviously, I mean, it's favorable to see your all-time record 6-1. I'm pretty sure when I was looking at it, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure his one win came against you last year, where you had an absolutely just like historically bad season for your standpoints. So that's probably where he got the one win against you.
Most likely.
And clearly your team's better, should be better for sure this year. So, I mean, the history indicates that you're going to take this, but I got to take the underdog, baby. Gator, prove me right, buddy.
Next one. This is your matchup, buddy.
Yeah, dude. A thriller, really. Like, this is going to be a tough one, man. Gregoski's for Zaho. Let's go. This one's I'm in one here, buddy. I'm in one. Aho is a tough one. He's had my number in the past. He's got the all-time record 8-2. I beat him though in one of the most important matchups, and that was to secure a championship for myself in the playoffs. So I'm 1-0 in the playoffs against him, but he's definitely got my regular season number. I'm really gonna put my best foot forward here, try to secure a dub. I'm gonna secure the dub. I'm gonna Messier guarantee that I'm gonna win this one. But this guy's coming full throttle. Aho's coming just right out of the gate for this one. He's had a bit of a lax week last week versus Larry Love. Now he's all primed up and ready to take on this matchup against me, 100%. So it'll be a good one, neck and neck. I think it'll be a fight. I'll definitely send him a couple messages. Send old Dangerous Rob a couple messages this week. Hopefully good ones when I'm winning. But it should be a hard fought battle right at the end. You go.
I mean, Aho's obviously winning this one. Not only is he winning, I know the score already. It's going to be 550 to 490 for Aho, something in that range. You know, he's putting up a shitload of points this week, right?
Oh, I know. I just got to match it.
Like it's gonna be something ridiculous. This is the week where he puts up that insane total just because he's playing you. So I think it's a pretty easy, like, it's one of those you already see it coming kind of things.
Well,
so I'm going with Oslo this week.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, so clearly, I honestly think that this is the biggest matchup so far this season. I mean, I know it's me. I mean, I'm not on the podcast, but I have a good team. Aho's got a good team. We're both 3-0. The other 3-0 teams are retard. So, like, this is like the last of the 3-0 teams. You know what I mean? This is the last of the undefeated teams. Because you know Rototiller is going to throw on, like, a bunch of losses. Like, we don't even need to talk about Rototiller as an undefeated team. This is already week 4, the battle of the undefeated teams. And, yeah, so this is, I mean, if I could pull this one off, man, that'd be great. Obviously, historically, 8-2, that's a tough look. When I did that today, when I researched that, I'm like, holy. Even when my team was just unreal some seasons, like, I was still losing to Aho. Like, he's your Achilles heel as well. Like, is the whole league's, like, no one's really got much of a record against him. McElantern's got a 3-5 record against. He's put 3 wins against him. Same with Andre. He's got 3 wins against him, but also 8 losses for Andre. But like when I was researching it, man, like it's Pickle Pepper's also 3 wins against him. But like he's everyone's Achilles heel. Like, it's even if you beat Aho, that doesn't mean you're better than him. Like,
no, he's just. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to have a good all-time record against him. This guy's ripped, like, multiple undefeated seasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd be happy for you if you pull it off, but I'm not betting on it.
All right. Next matchup, Dash 1 versus McElantern. First time that these two teams will ever match up, obviously. Dash 1's first year in the league. Right now, I know we don't go off projections. Obviously, guys don't have their lines set, you know, but McElantern's projections are at 447.34. One thing that tells me is he's got a lot of games going on this week, McElantern. Just off of a preliminary look, McElantern's to be projected 447.34 compared to all the other projections do you see on the board. Obviously, guys,
he's probably already set his lineup for the next week.
But I just like that's a good total to be projected because usually projections are lower than what I find. Projections are usually lower than what you actually score. I'm just saying that that's a pretty big. I know you can't go off of it, but that's just my instant analysis. McElantern's probably got lots of players playing this week. So, do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a close one. Really, we've seen Dash 1 get down to a level that we weren't totally expecting last week. But can he rebound? Obviously, he's hoping so. He should have the edge in team. Honestly, Dash 1 should have he should have a better team than McElantern. But
on paper, probably.
But I mean, McElantern, obviously, championship pedigree. Dash 1, new guy in the league. You'd like to see. I don't know what you'd like to see, really. But this is it, right? I don't know where this could go. I don't know what direction. I think this could even be evenly matched all the way through. There's no clear winner. But,
yeah.
I mean, you take it. Who are you going to take?
I'm gonna go McElantern. It's pretty close. I don't really. Yeah, it's tough to call it. I think they're pretty close as far as teams right now. Obviously, Mac has a worse record, but only too far apart. I do think that championship pedigree, that's in a close one like this, I think it's just what I'm going to lean on here.
Yeah, Dash One. I think he's got. We've seen it. Obviously, recency bias. He obviously lost to Rototiller in a not so great looking, an ugly fashion. But maybe he realized some things this week about his team and or how to manage it and figure out the best opportunities and he comes back, and I think he could take Mac O'Lantern here and he should, because he had a full draft slate, which included Kucherov, which I would probably put on the same tier as McKinnon in fantasy term point, right? So it's not like Mac O'Lantern had an edge of having McKinnon. So technically, Dash One should have a full a 4 or 5, 6 rounds of better players than Mac O'Lantern does. If you understand kind of where I'm going there, because of Mac O'Lantern having not draft picks for 8 rounds or whatever. So Dash One, on paper he should have the better team, but so I'm taking Dash One. First time this year, I'm taking Dash One.
The next one here,
these guys.
This is going to be ugly.
These guys have played each other a fair bit in this league. Rototiller and Miners Millions. They've had a bit of a rivalry. Dating back, obviously, to when I think they both entered the league at the same year, the second year into our league, and Rototiller has a 3-5 all-time record against Rototiller, so they've played 7 times or 8 times. I think Miners Millions actually beat Rototiller more often in the first, in the early years, but Rototiller's taken the cake in the last couple of years versus Miners Millions, and but they've played lots, and I know in the past they've had a little bit back and forth chirps. I believe Miners got caught in a couple chirping wars with Rototiller. They had kind of this cute little rivalry going on for a while there. It might have sizzled off a bit, but here's hoping that it ignites again. And that being said, I'm taking Miners Millions this week. He's gonna take down Rototiller. He's gonna shut him up and send Rototiller at a 3-1 record. Miners Millions gonna jump up to a 3-1. He's gonna take care of business.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be an ugly matchup down in the mud all week, and I think Rototiller kind of thrives better in that environment than Miners Millions does. So I'm gonna go Rototiller winning this one. I think you'll somehow be 4-0 after this week. This is gonna be a dirty matchup all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see. I don't know. I'd love to see Miners Millions. Shut the old guy up, humble him. Serve him some humble pie.
It would be nice.
And then if Miners Millions can go 3-1, man, that'd be huge. Be a huge start to his year.
It would be a good start for him, yeah.
But, yep. Rototiller, obviously he'll have something to say about it, but let's go Miners, baby. Take him down. You've seen Rototiller's antics this whole time you guys have been in the league together. I mean, like I said, you guys came in the same year. Honestly, Rototiller and Miners Millions would be a pretty good rivalry matchup in the future.
That would be a great one. We'll keep it in mind.
We'll keep it in mind for sure. Next matchup, Larry Love versus Dirty Dancers. Boys, one of these teams is going to get their first win.
One of them will have a win on the record, and the other one will be 0-4.
Yeah. And, 0-4, obviously. It's tougher than 0-3. So,
it's not the start you want to have.
Very, these guys have actually, this is another one, like, these guys could have been a pretty good rivalry week, too. All-time record for these guys is, Dirty Dancers leads 4-5. So they've played 9 times in this league. So they've played like 2 times a year, pretty much every year. That Larry Love's been in the league. And obviously Dirty Dancers to the 5-4 record against him. History dictates that he's got the edge. Obviously Dirty Dancers has a championship under his belt. But Larry Love, he's doing one thing that Dirty Dancers doesn't do, and that's make ads and try to better his team week in, week out. Dirty Dancers doesn't. I just touched on Dirty Dancers, how I thought he could easily have been about a 500-point team this past week, if he made moves. So that could be the difference right there. Larry Love making moves, Dirty Dancers not making moves. What I noticed with Dirty Dancers playing him last week, without making moves, he still had a lot of guys playing. So maybe this week, a lot of his guys are going to be on kind of a lesser games week. So maybe he doesn't have the advantage of not starting his lineup. You know what I mean? So Larry Love, he's got a good opportunity to take down a guy, but Dirty Dancers still has a good enough team that if he doesn't make any moves and he just runs it, he could still beat him.
Yeah, I mean, am I picking first or are you picking first?
You can pick first. I picked first last time.
I'm gonna go Dirty Dancers just off of that having a better team. Like, I know he's been kind of inactive to start out this year, but it's like you look at the players and you're like, at least the ones that are in should put up a bunch of points.
Yeah.
Where Larry Love, it's like you don't see the guys that are putting up a bunch of points, and he's making moves and that's good, but he's got to hit on his moves. I think if he wants to win, it's tough to hit on your moves all the time. I miss all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Dirty Dancers getting the win this week.
Yeah. There's also, like you said, you got to hit on your moves. You can easily just make a bunch of moves and add guys here, add guys there, add guys. I need another guy here. But you got to be able to strategically use your 6 ads. You can't just be adding willy-nilly. You kind of want to use your ads that's going to help you later on in the week too. So I use this tool called Daily Face-Off. You probably use it as well, Yags. I think we've talked about it. What's that?
I'm familiar with it,
yeah.
Yes.
So if you go to dailyfaceoff.com and you go to schedules, it tells you how many games are played per team. And then you can kind of pick the days that are like off days, or where you can kind of make sure that the guy you're adding could potentially help your team in the longer run rather than the shorter term in the week. It's just a little tool to use. Obviously, goalie posts as well. Get instant notifications for starting goaltenders. Use that as well. Little tip of the week for you guys, I guess. Maybe the newer guys didn't know about that. We've talked about it on the pod before, but things like that,
we talk about it almost every week.
Yeah, but use your ads to your advantage. And in that case, that's why I'm picking Larry Love. Maybe he can use some ads to his advantage, take down Dirty Dancers. Obviously, I just played Dirty Dancers, and I gave kudos to Dirty Dancers' team, even though he didn't start or edit his team at all, because I thought that it's a good team. It just needs a manager. I think he could easily be one of the best teams in the league, but he just needs to start managing his roster. But I'll take Larry Love this week. The next matchup, Sedina Limbo versus the Dust Show. And these guys, Dust Show has been in the league, actually. I was surprised to see how long the Dust Show has been in the league. He's been in the league like 5 years now. right? Like
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, he's been in a long he's a veteran now. I always kind of just thought of him as still the new guy, but really I think he's been in the league longer than Sedin and Limbo.
I thought they were around the same time.
Same year, you think?
Somewhere around there.
Here, I just gotta find their all-time matchup here. Sedin and Limbo has got a 5-1 record against the Dutch Show.
That's an advantage for sure.
Mm-hmm. The Dutch Show was pretty bad for years, though. Until last year.
Figure it out all about last year.
Until he grew older. He was like a child. Was he even a teenager when he joined the league?
No.
No. So now he's a teenager. He's understanding the whole grasp of it. Oh, he understands it completely now.
Oh, he's got her figured.
Sedin Limbo. He's a hockey guy, obviously. Gotta shout out A&W, like we always do when we talk about Sedin and Limbo. Going against the Dutch Show, I think they might have started in the same year, or they might have... Actually, I think they did start in the same year. I want to say they're expansion brothers. I'd have to look into
Maybe,
it,
yeah.
but...
I can't remember.
But, yeah, no. As for this year, both teams I view in very similar states. Pre-draft, they had about the same kind of style drafts. They spent money at the deadline to get players, and then they didn't have draft capital. They still had good keepers, but... So I think across the board, I think these guys are very... this is a good matchup head to head. So, I mean, to flip a coin, I'm going to take Sedin and Limbo. Obviously, A&W, got to take them.
Yeah, I'll go with Dutch Show this week. I mean, I think it's going to be close down to the similar points, similar kind of skilled teams, I think. It'll be a close one, but I got Dutch Show edging out a close matchup here.
Right on, right on. Pickle Peppers versus Hipsters and O's. All-time record. Hipsters and O's he's 5-3 against Pickle Peppers. 1-0 in the playoffs. Not bad. I think Hipsters and Hose, previously Bows and Hose, Andre. Andre was he was a very good team earlier on in the seasons, in the years, and then lately, kind of when Bows and Hose, Hipsters and Hose started playing bad, Pickle Peppers started picking it up and kind of turning the page. So I think Pickle Peppers actually has won 3 straight times against Andre. So he's definitely looking like a got the history advantage to him compared to Hipster. I think recency advantage. Obviously, new season, new teams. But Pickle Peppers, he's still feisty. He's going to be pissed about the performance he put up last week. Obviously, losing to Flyhammer. Bows and Hose, same thing. Lost to you. Didn't put up a great performance. I think it's going to be a really good matchup again. I think we got another really even matchup here. Maybe slight edge to Hipsters and Hose because he's in a bit of a rebuilding year. But Pickle Peppers didn't really give up draft capital this year, so he's kind of rolling with a same style team as what he had last year. Same on paper that he should have, right? So we'll see where this one goes. It's gonna be very close right to the end. But I mean, you take it. I took the last one. You take this one first.
Yeah, I think this will be competitive all the way through. That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go Andre here.
Yeah.
I think he finds a way to bounce back after crushing a loss last week. I think he finds a way to claw himself back in.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty big heartbreak for Andre to go 1-3 start the season. But Pickle Peppers, I mean, he was 2-0.
Funny.
It would be funny, but Pickle Peppers was 2-0 before last week. It was looking like he was looking pretty decent, and I think he was just an off week last week, and I think he comes back and takes down Andre and Bows and Hose, Hipsters and Hose. Next matchup, last matchup.
Yeah, last one of the show.
Yeah, Keeper Harley Knower versus Flyhammer. Keeper Harley Knowers had to face the two expansion teams. First one to face the two expansion teams to start the year. Obviously lost to Dutch Show early on. Now he's got Flyhammer. Obviously Keeper Harley Knower put up the most points last week. Is he back? Maybe.
Some are saying.
Some are saying. I'm just hearing a little bit of talk in the back. He might be back. What's up? This last week was the first time I've seen Keeper Harley Knowers like alive since that first inaugural season. So he he might be back. Flyhammer, obviously he's got the opportunity here. This is a big opportunity for him to go 3-1. And this is a big opportunity for Keeper Harley Knower to go to right his wrongs from earlier on in the season and go 2-2. But right off the gate here, I gotta take Keeper Harley Knower just because I do feel like he's back. I feel like Keeper Harley Knower shouldn't have been an 0-2 team, and I think going 0-2 early on in the season for Keeper Harley Knower kind of woke him up a bit. So I think he's going to take care of business versus Flyhammer, and he should.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be should be another good one. I think we got a lot of good kind of close teams that are kind of close to each other matchups this week, and that continues to trend here. I'm obviously going Flyhammer. I think, had a bit of a dip week 2, but it kind of figured himself out a bit week 3. I think he keeps momentum going here and staves off a Keeper Harley Knower who's looked good in his losses despite being 1-2. In his losses, he still looked good in those games, at least one of them.
Yeah.
So I think Flyhammer will find a way to get it done.
Right on. Well, that's our matchups, boys. Prove us wrong, prove us right. Do what you got to do. This week should be a good one. Obviously, basically, the whole time we were talking, we mentioned how many close matchups we thought there was going to be. So, yeah. Right on. Let's head into the little puck doku action. Obviously, if you're listening, you can listen, but if you're watching, you can actually see the board. On the horizontal axes, we got Pittsburgh Penguins, Tampa Bay Lightning, Montreal Canadiens. On the vertical axes, we got St. Louis Blues, New Jersey Devils, and 5+ teams played career. This is where it gets interesting. This is more of a board I like to see compared to our last ones we had. Shoot. You go, I go, we go.
Don't matter to me.
Let's go St. Louis Blues, Pittsburgh Penguins, Ian Cole. Baby, 1%.
1%, pretty good. Where do I want to go from here? I always say I like the board, but I don't like it too many Eastern Conference teams.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I'm gonna go an easy one. Tampa, St. Louis. Brian Elliott. Two. 11%, way too high.
Let's go St. Louis Blues, Montreal Canadiens. We'll go Yaroslav Halak.
Same type beat as Brian Elliott, I think.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go from here? I kind of want to play on that 5 teams played.
I can't think of a guy. I honestly can't think of a guy that played for 5+ teams played. I could.
I'm gonna go the easy one. Tampa, 5 teams played. Mike Sillinger. 3%. Would have liked the lower number on that, but
Mike Sillinger, he's the kind of guy that he's known for playing for so many teams, right?
He's played for 12. And I knew he played for Tampa, so I'm just gonna rip it.
Let's go.
See how it turns out.
Let's go Montreal Canadiens. 5+ teams played. Alexei Kovalev. Oh, you did it in Pittsburgh.
Pretty good. Oh, I thought you said Pittsburgh.
I said Montreal. He probably would have. He probably would have been way more percentage. I can't even think of when he played for Pittsburgh.
He started in Pittsburgh.
Did he? I thought he started with the Rangers.
Oh yeah, no, he started with the Rangers and got traded to Pittsburgh. My bad.
Yeah, no, that was
my bad.
I honestly, thanks Yags, because I did not know that he played for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, you're welcome, buddy. I think I went there because while you were coming up with your guess, I had a player in mind, and I'm like trying to count the teams he played for.
For Pittsburgh? For Pittsburgh? Or yeah. No, I definitely was going Montreal Canadiens, and that probably would have put it at like 9 to 10%. Maybe even more.
So you're welcome, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks.
If you win, I technically get the win too because I saved you.
Yaroslav Halak would also work for Montreal Canadiens. 5+ teams play career.
Montreal Canadiens 5 teams, yeah. You probably would have. Ooh. Montreal 5 teams. Nope, not. I'm pretty sure he hit it. Jeff Hackett.
Oh, nice. 0.5%.
Dipping into the zeros, buddy.
New Jersey Devils, Tampa Bay Lightning, Brian Boyle. It's probably like a 12%er.
Oh, 5, not too bad. I like how we just avoided New Jersey until now.
Yeah. Well, it's just hard because there's an easy one, obviously.
It is kind of. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just thought of the easy one for Pittsburgh, New Jersey. I don't want to do it though. I'm gonna do a shot. Oh wait, did he? No, never mind. No, he didn't. Oh, but did he? Screw it. I don't have anything. I'm just gonna try it. Peter Budaj, Montreal, New Jersey.
That's not an easy one.
Doesn't sound right. Yeah.
No. Okay.
That wasn't the easy one.
Okay, well I got an easy one. New Jersey, Montreal, Scott Gomez.
Oh, that wasn't the when you said easy one, I'm like, oh, I thought you were talking Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah, no, that you could have done. Yeah, no. No, I couldn't think of anyone really for New Jersey, Pittsburgh, other than what's his pickle that's right now. He just got traded there or signed there. He's
Ryan Graves?
No, defenseman. He plays, I
Yeah,
think.
Ryan Graves.
No, it's not. It's not Graves. It's starts with an M, I think.
No idea who you're talking about. Or Marino, he plays in Utah now.
Okay, but he did play for New Jersey, Pittsburgh, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who I was. Oh, I was thinking. Oh, he's in Utah now, eh? Well, expansion draft. No, traded off season.
Yeah, traded.
Because I remember he was like a sought after player to grab from Pittsburgh. Like all Canucks fans wanted him, and then I guess he didn't do that great in New Jersey or something. I don't know. Do you have another guy that you would have picked for Pittsburgh, New Jersey?
No, the only one that was sticking in my head was Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah, so it sucks when someone sticks to, like when it sticks to your head. It's like Oh, buddy, I think.
But
I guess you would have won this one, really.
I got one wrong, so.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, I guess I would have won because I got 2 1%ers.
But I won since I gave you Kovalev in Pittsburgh, where it's probably way.
Can you look at what the
Montreal.
percentage of it was in Pittsburgh?
%2.8%.
Oh, okay.
And it was 1% in Pittsburgh.
I would have still won.
So I did help you.
He helped me, but
All right, see, Yager's the most common.
yeah. See,
for
John
New Jersey,
Marino,
Pittsburgh.
Ryan Graves, Billy Guerin, I guess. Yeah. Peter Sikora would have been a good one. Ryan Boyle works for that too, I guess. Eh? I don't remember him with Pittsburgh, but no, I think he's like played there for a while beforehand.
I was thinking he was probably just a trade deadline.
Tom Kostopoulos. Right on, boys.
Yeah, well, I think that's
the podcast. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. We'll catch you next week when Roto Tiller finally gets his first loss.
Thank you for listening to the Burger Boys Fantasy Network. Catch us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.